Okay, in this video, we're going to go ahead and finish up talking about sets. I didn't think that it was going to need two videos to do this, but unfortunately it did. So let's go ahead and just finish up where we left off in the last video. We were talking about a complement of a set, and basically a complement of a set was everything that was in the universe that was not already in set A. So we use this as an example where numbers 1 through 10 were in the universe, and all even numbers were in A, so A's numbers are in here. So 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 is out there in the gray, or out there in the gray. So that's would be the complement. So using this next example here, if the universe, now remember, in order to do this, these type of problems, you always got to figure out what's in the universe. And in the universe is going to be all the letters. So that's letters A through Z. So that's letters A through Z, and I'm writing with my mouse here, so it's going to look a little weird. But if you notice in set A are all the consonants, okay? Consonants. So what it would be out in the universe that's not in set A? Well, that would be all the vowels. So two ways you can write this. You can do like A, E, I. You can write all this out, okay? Or using what we learned yesterday, you can actually kind of do a shortcut where you can put X, and then of course you would put X stands for all the vowels. Now I'm just kind of abbreviating here just to kind of keep everything's moving, the video moving, but here we go. All right, let's keep going. All right, the difference of sets. Now, if you look at the little Venn diagram, it kind of just shows you visually what we're doing here. And so if you notice that we have two sets, now you see how the circles overlap each other, so you know we have some shared stuff. But what we're really paying attention to is everything that is in set A that's not in set B. Okay, so the way you set this up, and the way that I've kind of showed my students is kind of setting it up like a fraction. See how the symbol is kind of like a division sign? So kind of set it up just like a fraction. So on the top would be A, B, C, D, E, F. Now you might be thinking, where am I getting these letters? Of course, it's all in here. It's, remember, I'm writing A over B. Okay, and so that's A, B, C, D, E, F, and then B is D, E, F, G, H, I, G, H, give myself a little more room here. There we go. All right, so what you're doing now is like in algebra, anything that's on the bottom and on the top that's shared, you cut out. So DEF is what's shared on top and bottom. Now here's where you make sure you remember you're only paying attention to what is on the top. Okay, so that would be A, B, and C. Okay, now you might be saying, well, I have G, H, I on the bottom. Doesn't matter, because the way that it's set up in the problem, you're looking for what's in A and not in B. If it will switch the other way around, then it'd be G, H, I. All right, so let's do a quick example here. If we do Sam, Pete, Omari, Hunter, I guess we're talking about guys in the class, and Tom, George, Sam, and Pete in set B. All right, so this is what we're doing, set C over set B, okay? Now, because of the fact that I think I can do this, there we go. I'm just going to go ahead and write this as a fraction like this. So let's say if C is on top, let me make a little fraction line here. Okay. All right. So whoever's on top, whoever's on bottom gets, if they're the same, they get canceled out. So let's see, Sam and Pete, Sam and Pete. All right. So the answer to this would be Omari and Hunter. Those would be my answers there. All right. Let's keep going. Okay. Our next symbol that we're going to learn is this thing here that looks like a circle with a cross in it. Okay, and here is exactly what you're doing. This is kind of like one of those compound operations where it's multi-step here. And so what you're doing is you are making the union of two sets, and you are putting it over the intersection of two sets. Okay, so the union of two sets and the intersection of two sets. Now, I went ahead, and in this next step here, I went ahead and put everything in. I set it up here, and so I went ahead and put the union of these two sets on top. So the union of A and B is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. And of course, the intersection of what's being shared is D, E, F. Now, once again, it's written as a fraction, so you would cancel out everything that is shared, and everything that's left on the top is going to be your answer. All right? Pretty simple. The biggest challenge that students have is making sure that all of these operations that I'm highlighting or not tracing in black is being used. Okay? So using this as an example, we're using the symmetric difference here. I'm going to do the union of A and B over the intersection of A and B. Okay? So the union of A and B, let's see if I can do this pretty quick. So that means the union of A and B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's right. And of course, the intersection of A and B, the numbers that are shared, is, let's see, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's it. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this into a fraction, like so. All right, so I'm just now going to cross out everything that is shared. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, all that gets canceled out. So everything that's left on top is going to be my answer. So that means my answer is going to be 1 and 7. Pretty simple. Moving on. The Cartesian product, that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Cartesian product is where you are taking two sets and multiplying them together. Okay, and if you have been in algebra and if you understand what foiling is, that's basically what you're doing, where you're just taking 1 times A and then you're taking 1 times B. Now I say times, I shouldn't say times. I'm saying you are just putting them together. So like, 1 and A, when you put them together, notice that it is represented like so, in parentheses, grouped together. Okay, and then 1 times B, 1 times C. So doing this next question, find A and B. Well, it's going to be parenthesis A and C, close parenthesis, A and D. Like I said, we're like foiling, but remember, you're just taking each thing, multiplying by next, and then A and then E. Remember, I'm writing on my mouse here, and then do the same thing for B. So that'd be B and C, B and D, and then lastly B and E. And there's your answer. Now, if you want any additional practice, if you pause this, you can do this if you want some extra practice. So let me go ahead and pause that. Pause it right now because I'm about to put the answers up. So pause it right now. Okay, and there's your answers. I try to match this up as much as I can here. There's the answer here. There's the answer there. This last answer, or this last question here, is actually a multi-step problem. And so in order to figure out the multi-step problem, you've got to do the parentheses first, the union between Z and S, and then you figure out what is shared between all that in the universe. So it's a multi-step problem. So hopefully you got that. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.